Hello, we are going to continue with the lesson organization. So let me continue with the next portion, that is delegation. Look at this one. Delegation is the downward transfer of authority from a superior to a subordinate. It is a prerequisite to the efficient functioning, helps managers to use his time on high priority activities. Also, subordinates are recognized and help them to develop initiative. Let me take it again. Delegation refers to the downward transfer of authority from a superior to a subordinate. If you take the example of any manager in any organization, charitable organization, schools or business organization, managers or high-level ranking officers will have so many duties, so many things, so many problems will be coming to them. So it may be impossible for a single person to solve all this. So usually what is happening, what is done by the managers is, they will be sharing their work. That is called downward transfer. If I am the manager, I will be giving to my subordinate some of the less important. I am not using unimportant. There can be the problems or the activities which I have to do as the manager can be categorized into important and less important activities. Take the example of principal, vice principal, coordinators, or in the case of a company, say chairman or directors or HODs or managers, whatever it may. So many problems, day-to-day activities, in day-to-day activities, so many problems will be coming. And when they analyze, they can find out, or these people, managers can easily find out, there are some very important matters which needs their attention. It cannot be given to anybody. But there are some other less important activities or the problems which can be given to others who are capable of solving that. That kind of sharing the work by the manager with his subordinate is known as a delegation. Again, refers to the downward transfer of authority from a superior to a subordinate. It says transfer of authority. When the principal is telling me to do something related to the school, he will be giving me the authority, the power to take decision. Otherwise, I will not be able to do it. So the power to take decision is known as authority. Whenever the principal gives me, or the manager of a business gives the work to the subordinate, authority should be given. Now let me take the example. Let me take a case study. Suppose in your house, your four members, your father, your mother, yourself and your elder sister. Your elder sister's marriage is fixed. As you know, once the marriage is fixed in a family, lot of work will have to be done. As I told you, you are only four, and the father himself, usually parents or fathers will be doing everything, but it will be a difficult task for them. So here, what father and mother can do is, maybe the important activities like inviting, that is the most important one, inviting the friends and relatives for the marriage. So maybe father, it will take a lot of time also because traveling is needed, telephone calls are needed. So maybe father and mother will take care of that one. Then arranging the food, then booking for the hall or the chapel, then printing the invitation card. All these can be given to you so that you will be able to compare to the work as I told you, inviting the friends, relatives, etc. These are less important. I am not saying unimportant, less important ones, which can be done by you. So maybe he will tell you, your senior sister's or elder sister's marriage is fixed. Usually, in any family, you know that one. Anybody whose marriage fixed will not be allowed to go around because they will be in tension, etc. Okay, I am leaving that one. Your sister will be kept at home. She will be taking care of her friends' invitation, etc. Now, otherwise, the secondary activities will be given to you. So, what is the advantage? Father can concentrate on the important activities and the other activities you can take care of. But when you are told by your father to go and book a hall, or go to the church, or go to the temple, book for the date, then see the catering group and book for that one. All these, he will give you the authority. Go and talk to them. Maybe in the family, before going, you might have discussed with your father about the catering activities, what are the food items, etc. Okay, that is there. But doing that work, maybe father will allow you to go and do it. He is giving you the authority to book a date, discuss with the church authorities or temple authorities, discuss with the catering manager and book that one. Go to the flower shop, book the flowers for on that day for your sister. All these things, comparatively less important ones, will be given to you. So that is called sharing the work. Here the advantage is that your father and mother can concentrate on the important activities. Maybe there also they may divide. When father is traveling far away to invite, your mother will be told to invite some of your friends and relatives through the telephone. Father or mother will have to do that one. Usually that is the custom in our area. So, that is what is called sharing of work. Same is the case happening in a company or a business organization. A manager will be sharing his less important activities to the subordinates so that they will be taking care of that one. The manager will be getting enough time to take care of the important matter. This is known as a delegation. Okay, let me continue. It refers to the downward transfer of authority from a superior. Look at that one. Delegation can be done only by a superior to his subordinate. When delegation is done, transfer of authority, or when the work is given to subordinate, authority should be given. We are going to see more explanation about authority as we are coming. Then it is a prerequisite. That means it is necessary for the smooth functioning of any organization. Delegation is necessary. If there are so many problems coming to me as a manager, if I try to do everything, what will happen at the end of the day or at the end of the period, I will find that I have not completed one. So many problems will be remaining unattended. That will be a serious case. That will be affecting the business. So it is necessary in any organization. Delegation is prerequisite. It is necessary to the efficient functioning. Helps managers, look at the advantage, helps managers to use his time on high priority activities. That is why I said the activities can be divided, urgent one or important one and less important. That is high priority activities. High priority activities or important activities will be taken care of by the manager. If you can see in the school also. Say meeting, having a PTA meeting, that will be conducted by the principal only. I as a teacher cannot do that. I can participate on that one, but conducting a PTA meeting should be done by the organized by the principal. So high priority activities. Also subordinates are recognized. When he is telling me or when the principal is delegating some of the work to me, that means he is accepting my capability. He finds that I am efficient or I am capable of doing that one. If he finds that I am inefficient, he will never tell me to do that one. So the subordinates will be encouraged, because whenever the superior is delegating the work to the subordinate, his efficiency and effectiveness are approved by the superior. So look at that one also. Subordinates are recognized and help them to develop initiative. I am getting a chance to prove my efficiency. So otherwise I will be just doing the work what the principal says. There I will not be able to prove my efficiency. But when the principal or the manager tells me to take care of these activities and do it, I can prove my efficiency. My initiative, my suggestions or my decisions can be implemented there. Now, look at that one. A manager cannot manage to do everything by himself. If he has to meet organizational goals, he must delegate the authority. That is what I said. For the smooth functioning of any organization, delegation is necessary. As I told you at home, father or mother cannot do everything. If the sons and daughters are grown up, It is the usual custom in any family or any institution, in business, etc. The work will be divided to sons and daughters in family, to the subordinates in the business organization. So there will be very few activities to be done by each individual, and they will be able to concentrate. That is why a manager cannot manage to do everything by himself. If he has to meet organizational goals, he must delegate authority, means power to take decisions. Then delegation does not mean abdication. Abdication means escape. If the principal is delegating some work to me, or if the manager is delegating some work to me, that does not mean that principal or the manager can wash their hands. They are still responsible. That is why, sir, they will give it to me, the work, only if they are sure that I am capable of doing that one, or I have proved my efficiency. Only to such people it will be given. So just because delegation is done by the superior does not mean that he cannot find fault with the other, saying that I have given. Not like that one. It is his duty to make sure, the principal's duty is to make sure that I do that work what is given to me. He has to check it then and there, so that he will be able to get feedback. So the manager shall be still accountable. Accountable means he has to make sure that the result is completed, the work is completed. For the performance of the assigned task, if the work is given to me, the principal or the manager will have to make sure that I do the work as per the instruction, not any way as I like. When I am given the work by the principal will be telling me, this is the way you are going to do, or I will be put in a cage. I am not free to do anything what I like, within the limit, within the rules and regulations given by the authority, top level authority, I have to do it. So the principal, when delegates, make sure, or the manager will have to make sure the subordinate is doing the work. He is still accountable for the manager shall be still accountable for the performance of the assigned task. Then we are going to see very important one. We have seen delegation means sharing the work, and the manager is always responsible for the 100% completion of that work. Now we are coming to the elements of delegation. Delegation has three parts. Now, delegation is the entrustment of responsibility. The principal is giving me some work, that is entrusting the responsibility. And authority. When I am given the responsibility, say for example, principal says, you go and teach in class 12, commerce class, business studies. That is the responsibility given to me. But in order to take class in class 12, commerce, he must give me some authority to maintain discipline, etc. So, that is what they say. Delegation is the entrustment of responsibility and authority to another, and the creation of accountability for the performance. So, there are three elements. Look at that one. First one is responsibility is there, authority is there, and accountability is there. We are going to see in detail about that one. So, elements of delegation, as we have seen, there are three elements: authority, responsibility, and accountability. Let me start with the authority. It refers to the right of an individual to command his subordinates and to take action within the scope of his position. So, if I have the other, when we say authority, means the power given to a superior to give orders to his subordinate and tell him to do whatever is necessary as per the guidelines given by the superior. So look at this one. Right of an individual to command his subordinate. If I am a superior, definitely I have the right, I have the authority to give command. Tell him or her to do the work what I want him or her to do it. And take action. I can take decision based on the rules and regulations given by the business organization within the scope of his superior. Each superior is having a particular position. Maybe, say, we can say board of directors, the chairman is having the highest authority, whereas an HOD is not having so much authority. A manager may not be having so much authority like the HOD. So, within the scope of the that authority decisions has to be taken. Authority determines. This is possible. Authority can be used only when there is a superior-subordinate relationship. Authority determines the superior-subordinate relationship, whereas the superior communicates his decision to the subordinate. So as I told you, the superior will be telling the subordinate what is expected from him, and the subordinate will have to do it. Authority, the superior can tell him within the scope of his position. The superior can tell the subordinate to do the necessary activities. Superior communicates his decision to the subordinate, expecting compliance from him. Compliance means accepting the order and doing as per the instruction. Compliance from him, and the subordinate execute the decision. So for example, in the school, if the principal tells me to do something, he is having the authority because he is the highest authority. I am his subordinate. So I have to do the work according to his instruction. That is what it says from him, and the subordinate execute the decision as per the guidelines of the superior. I cannot do anything as I like. I have to do as per the instructions and the rules and regulations given by the principal. Within that limit, I have to do it. It flows. Remember, very important, authority always flows from top to bottom. I don't have the authority over the principal, but the principal is having the authority over me because I am his subordinate. So it flows from top to bottom, from the superior to the subordinate. Then the next one is a responsibility. It is the obligation. Authority, what we said, is the superior's right to give the command. Responsibility, as I am going back to the example, as I told you, principal tells me to do something, so I have the responsibility to do it as per the instruction given by him. It is the obligation of a subordinate to properly perform the assigned duty. I have to do the work within the limit, not as I like, as per the guidelines given by the principal. I have to do the duty. That is why it says subordinate to properly perform the assigned duty. It arises from a superior-subordinate relationship. Already we have seen this authority, responsibility, all these are coming only because of the superior-subordinate relationship. Because the subordinate is bound to perform. I am coming back to the example as I told you. I am a teacher in class, I am subordinate to the principal. So I am bound, look at that, because the subordinate is bound to perform the duty assigned by his superior. I have to follow the orders given by the superior. In the case of business organization also, an assistant manager will have to follow the orders given by the manager. A manager will have to follow the instructions or the orders given by his superior, maybe the HOD or the board of directors, whoever it may be. So his superior. Responsibility, we have seen authority always flows downwards, whereas responsibility is flowing upward. That means I am responsible to the principal. Principal is having the authority to me to make me to do something. I cannot give him orders, whereas responsibility is flowing upwards. I am responsible to the principal, or a subordinate is responsible to the superior. Subordinate will be always responsible to his superior. That is why it is said to be flowing upwards. When an employee is given responsibility for a job, he must be given the degree of authority necessary to carry out. Now this point is very important. Between authority and responsibility, when somebody is given the responsibility, he must be given equal authority. Simple example, I am coming to your class to teach your business studies. So, when I am given the responsibility of teaching, principal has to give me equal authority to maintain discipline. As you know, to take the class, I have to maintain discipline. So, I must be given the authority to take action if anybody is creating any problem. So, authority must be, the subordinate must be given equal authority which is necessary to carry on his responsibility. Degree of authority necessary to carry it out. Then it has to be very carefully done. If authority granted is more, I told you I am coming to the class to teach business studies. I should be, I'm given the responsibility to teach, so I should be given equal authority to maintain discipline and take the class. But one thing is very important, the authority given to me should not be more than what is required. If the principal says we can take any action, I may misuse that one. Say when somebody is talking, when somebody is disturbing, I may say you are dismissed. So I may misuse that one. So the authority given must be equal to the responsibility, not more. If authority granted is more, it may lead to misuse of authority. I may misuse that one, or any subordinate may misuse that one. And if it is less, it may make a person ineffective. Just opposite, if the principal says, don't take any action, whatever happens in the class, you don't take any action, come to me. That means I will not be able to do the work properly. So, if less authority is given, I will not be able to do the work, I will become ineffective. If more authority is given, then I will be misusing that one. Now we are coming to the third element of delegation, that is accountability. I am given the responsibility, so I have to make sure that I complete the work. As we have seen already, principal has shared his work with me, but he cannot wash his hands saying that it is given to Chacko. He has to make sure that I follow the instruction and do that. And it is my responsibility, and I will have to account for I have to do my work and go back to the principal or the manager and say that I have completed the work as per your instruction. Not in any way as I like. So, accountability, delegation of authority empowers an employee to act for his superior, but the superior would still be accountable for the outcome. As I told you, principal cannot wash his hands saying that he has given, or the manager cannot wash his hands saying that I have given the work to subordinate, let him do it. Not like that one. It is the superior's responsibility or duty to make sure that the subordinate does it. For that one, close monitoring or watching is necessary, that I am going in the right track and I will be able to complete the work within the stipulated time. Accountability means, look at that one, accountability means being answerable for the final outcome. It cannot be delegated and flows upward. So here also, I am accountable, the work is given to me, responsibility is given to me. So I am accountable, whatever I am doing, I have to report back to the principal. Only thing is that principal cannot wash his hands saying that work is given to me. He has to monitor me and make sure that I do the work. So means being answerable for the final outcome. It cannot be delegated and flows upwards. Just like responsibility, I am accountable to the manager, to the principal. So it is going upwards. So remember, only authority is flowing downwards. Responsibility and accountability are flowing upwards. That is, a subordinate will be accountable to a superior for satisfactory performance of work.